was one shot heard about a minute later. Police officers arrived on the scene here at 1:57 p.m. It was confirmed that two shots had been fired at this location. The suspect fled in a southbound location, and officers were actively attempting to find the suspect. A short time later, about 200 or 300 yards away, the suspect was confronted by another subject in a lot nearby, and this was at 2:09 p.m. The suspect at that point made some statement to this person who was in a vehicle to the effect of he feels that he's being victimized. The suspect dropped the shotgun at that point, and officers arrived on the scene. The officers at that point took the suspect into custody, took control of the weapon, and the person was detained and arrested and taken to the police department. The suspect is a 28-year-old man. We don't have a name to release at this point. We have no other information regarding the suspect. The suspect is being interviewed right now by Albany police detectives in concert with personnel from the FBI. I want to first say to the community that there is no threat at this point to our community. There's no indication that this person was working in concert with anyone else. All the information we have right now indicates that this person was acting alone. The officers in this case, as well as the witness, did a phenomenal job in taking this dangerous person into custody. As I said, this person was taken in, the officers arrived on scene within 1 minute of this dangerous call being dispatched. It's a testament to the great work that the Albany police officers and police detectives do in this community on a daily basis. When dangerous things are happening, when dangerous people are in our community, when people are doing things to traumatize and victimize individuals in our community, our officers are there. And this is a testament of that. This is an example of the hard work and the expertise that is demonstrated on a daily basis by officers in this department. Again, this person is in custody. We're unsure right now of what the charges will be. We have state charges, obviously, but there is also the strong possibility that there may be federal charges involved in this as well. So I'll turn it over to the mayor at this point.
Thank you, Chief, and thank you for the phenomenal response to this. We are able to have this press conference because of the swift action of the Albany Police Department taking this individual into custody, and to the real heroic efforts of a bystander who assisted with this. I want to extend my deep condolences to the community here at Temple Israel, to the families here. There's a preschool here. There were children in this building. It had to go into lockdown, and the community responded swiftly. Our officers were here, secured the area, and ensured that the area was safe, wanted to make sure that this individual had not left anything behind that could be a danger to anyone in this building. And so we're grateful for the community, for the cooperation, and with heavy hearts, we again extend our deep condolences that this community here, with Hanukkah beginning at sundown as the sun sets, that this should be a time of celebration. It should be a time where families gather and celebrate their faith with pride. And we stand in solidarity with Temple Israel and with the entire Jewish community here in the city of Albany and across the capital region. Our police department will ensure that they are continuing to step up patrols. They have been all along, as we have seen a rise in anti-Semitic rhetoric and anti-Semitic actions that have taken place. No community is immune, and we take this very seriously, and we will do all that we can to ensure that our Jewish brothers and sisters can celebrate Hanukkah in safety, that they can celebrate Hanukkah with joy with their families, and that we as a community come together and stand with them. I'm here. She doesn't have a statement, but I just want to I want to thank the rabbi for opening her doors and being so understanding of what had to happen here to ensure that everyone was safe.
Mayor, let me just add one thing before we turn it over to everybody else. One thing I forgot to mention is that there were no injuries associated with this. No one was shot. We don't have any damage to any buildings or any other facilities in relation to this incident.
I was only going to applaud my quick thinking staff to ensure that everyone in the building, including the children, stayed safe, and thank the Albany police for their quick response and everyone who's reached out to us with messages of compassion and sympathy. After this press conference, we're going to be lighting Hanukkah candles because we need light in darkness.
Thank you. And I also want to thank the state. In addition to the FBI responding, the state police responded. Commissioner of Homeland Security was immediately in touch with me. The governor has contacted me. And so I want to thank our friends in state government for acting swiftly and for ensuring that we take any sort of act of violence, the firing of a gun. Thankfully, nobody was injured, nobody was hurt. But it is still a horrific act to happen on the grounds and around a house of worship. And there is no place for hate in our community. There's no place for hate in our state. And we stand in solidarity communicating that message.
Chief, where were the shots fired?
They were fired right in the off the staircases behind us.
Were they fired into the air or at the building?
So right now we don't know. We found shell casings that indicated that there were 2 shots that were fired. We don't know in what direction the person fired the shots from.
Do you know the
Fled on
license
foot?
suspect?
No, we don't.
Is the school still in lockdown?
You wanna
Oh,
talk about
no,
that?
we were able to end the lockdown and all the parents have come and picked up their children. We had planned a concert for the Early Childhood Center tonight, which is being postponed to next week.
Did he flee? He fled on foot?
Yeah, after the shots were fired, he fled on foot in the southbound direction. And again, he kind of circled the block and was found about 200 or 300 yards away from where we are right now. And that's when he had some contact with the transit driver, and officers at some point soon thereafter took the person into custody.
Did he say anything about the Jewish faith or about Israel or about anything that would be like a hate crime related thing?
We were told by responding officers that he made a comment, free Palestine.
Is that the reason the FBI is involved in this situation?
Yes, that is part of the reason. Yes.
So is it being investigated as a hate crime?
Yes, absolutely.
Is there any, you said part of the reason, is there anything else that you can explain?
Any time that we have any firearms related offenses that may be something that may be an active shooter type of situation, our federal authorities are always involved with us, whether it's a hate crime or not. But in this case, it's certainly being investigated as a hate crime.
Did he say free Palestine in front of the police or in front of the witness?
From what I understand, in front of both the police and the witness.
Before or after
I'm not quite sure the sequence with that, but it was right around the time that the officers took him into custody when he was around that transit worker, and that statement was made at that time.
Do you ever threaten an officer?
I'm sorry.
Do you ever threaten an officer?
I don't have any information. I don't have any indication. There was no mention of any threats from the officers.
Chief, can you just describe a little more about where you found the casings and where you believe the shots were fired?
So I can't give you totally accurate information on that right now because we're still trying to figure out exactly where it was. But one thing I can say is that the shell casings were found on one of the staircases behind us in this meeting. So he was on the synagogue grounds when that happened.
So you don't believe it was fired from the public space in the right of way, or it was rather it was on the ground?
The information that we have right now, we have reason to believe that he was actually on the grounds when this happened.
And what kind of weapon was it?
It was some sort of shotgun. So, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, Rabbi, could I get your name?
Wendy and